All right, pre-algebra class, we're going to be doing a review sheet for the first quarter test. So let's go ahead and work through this. What is the rational number equivalent to 4.20 repeating, so 20 repeating? Well, remember that 4 is always going to be the number in front, so all these have 4 in there. That doesn't give us much of a clue. And then the line over 20, when there's a line, we put 9s underneath the number, right? 20 over 9, and it goes under each one of them. That'd be 20 over 99. I'm thinking A, 20 over 99. The rest of these don't have that. So let's go to number 2. Which of the following numbers is irrational? Irrational means, let's see, a number that either has 0 for a denominator. This one has 5, so that seems like a rational number. Or a decimal that does not repeat or terminate. This one does terminate. This one repeats. And then any root number that you can't take a number and multiply to itself to equal. And I don't know any number that multiplies to itself that will equal 52. So C seems the right answer. Let's see. 3 says which expression is rational? Well, if I look at the ones that are rational, again, any fraction with 0 as a denominator, not rational. Let's see. We've got square root of 49. Well, 7 times 7 will equal 49, so that seems like it could be rational. I think it is. And then C, that's a number that goes on forever. Dot, dot, dot means it goes on forever. That's irrational. And then, and it doesn't repeat. And then D, there's no number multiplied to itself that will equal 20. So B is definitely the right one. 7 times 7 will equal 49. All right. 4, which calculation can be used to find the value of y in an equation? Y to the third power equals 27. So what times itself 3 times will equal 27? And which of these would work? Well, this one is 27 squared, not 27 cubed. This one is basically 27 divided by 3. That's not what we want. That's taking 27, that'd be 9, and 9 times itself 3 times will be way more, 27. This one is the square root of 27 over 3. Again, I don't think that would be correct because, again, we're looking for a square root here. That's not going to happen. And this one, the cube of 27, and that makes sense because that means a number that's multiplied to itself 3 times. What number multiplied to itself 3 times will equal 27? So D would be correct. For number 5 now, it says 6 over 6, simplify, 6 over 6, and 6 and negative 4. Well, we remember that whatever the bigger number is, we're going to move the other number up there, especially if it's a minus 1. We want to make it positive. So that's going to make a plus 4. Remember, it turns to the opposite when it goes on the opposite side of the fraction. That's 6 plus 4. That's going to be 10. So I need one that says 6 to the 10th power because this is going to be 6 to the 0 when I take that negative 4, and that will equal 1. So this is going to end up being 6 to the 10 over 1, which will equal 6 to the 10. And right here, C, 6 to the 10. All right, 6. What is this? What is the simplified expression of 7 minus 6 times 6 to the 7 to the negative 6 power times 6 to the 4th power times 7 to the negative 1 power, all over 6 to the 5th power times 7 to the negative 9 power. Well, we can remember that we can't mix bases up, so the 6's can go together. Since 5 is bigger, we'll move 4 down there, and that will turn to a negative 4. So that's going to end up being 6 all by itself, because that's going to be 6 to the 5 minus 4, and that's going to be 6 all by itself then, because that's 6 to the 1st, right? All right. And then we have our 7's. Well, 7 minus 6, or 7 to the negative 6, and 7 to the negative 1 is going to be 7 to the negative 7. Now we mix it over here because we're going to take this 9 and bring it up, right? And that's going to be a positive 9. Okay, and once we do that, let's see, that's going to be 9 minus 7, that's going to be 2, right? So it's 7 to, it's going to be 9 minus 7, and that'd be 7 to the second power. Okay, so 7 to the second power, there we go, 8. 7 says, which value is equivalent? Oh boy, this is a big one. Well, let's check this out. We got 8 over 8, and both of them are to the second power. So they're going to cancel each other out, because that's going to be 8 to the 2, 8 to the 2. When we mix them, it's going to be 8 to the 0, which will put a 1 on any side. So let's go to the next one. 3 to the second, right? So that's going to be ending, that's like 3 times 3. So 3 times 3 is going to end up being 9. And then 2 to the second would be 2 times 2, which will equal 4. Okay? And 5 down here, well, 5 times 5 is 25. All right, and these 8s had already been removed because they're going to cancel each other out. Now I got 9 times 4. That's going to give me 36. All right, now let's work this over here. We got 3 to the 0. That's going to be 1. Because 0 times 3 is still going to be 0. And then 3 to the negative 2 will be negative 6. So this would be 9 to the negative 6. And over here we have times 9 to the 76, and that's going to 9 to the negative 6, that's going to be over 1. So we have one that's underneath and over. They're going to cancel each other out. And that leaves 1 over 1. So this is just going to be a 1 again. Right? Because this is going to be canceled out. That's going to be a 1. That's going to be a 1. You see 1s all over the place. So really, since these are just multiplying a number, whatever over here to 1, the answer should be 36 over 25. 36, right here, 36 over 25. Which number is not in scientific notation? Which one is not in scientific notation? 2.3 times 10 to the third seems like fine. Remember, we need that decimal after the first number. Negative 4 times 7, or negative 4.78 times 10 to the fourth is also in scientific notation. The 77, there's no dot here. Okay, I would say C is not in scientific notation. Negative 8.3, yes, it could be a negative number, as long as that dot's right after that first number. So that is also in scientific notation. Let's go to number 9. What is the sum of, we got 2.7 times 10 to the 8th and 3.3 times 10 to the 8th? Well, both of these are 10 to the 8th, which means really we've got these two numbers that we're adding together, right? It's a sum. Well, 2.7 and 3.3, that's going to be 0, carry the 1, and that's going to be 6, right? Yeah. So, well, 6 was the first number in all these, so that wasn't really a big surprise. But what's the next number? Remember, these are both going to be that we're adding 10 to the 8th, so that's going to stay 10 to the 8th, right? Because this is going to move over 8 times, this is going to move over 8 times, and then we add them together, it's just going to be 10 to the 8th still, but this time it'll be 6, right? So, pretty sure that's correct. Yeah, 6, 10 to the 8th. So A would be it. All right, number 9, or it's 12, excuse me, number 10, a little late, sorry about that. Multiply 1.4 times 10 to the 17th times 2 times 10 to the negative 14th, express the answer in scientific notation. Well, first we take the two numbers in front, multiply them together. 1.4 times 2 is going to be 2.8. Well, that was already known because all of these start with 2.8. Now, what do we do with these numbers? Well, when we're multiplying, remember, we add the numbers together. Or in this case, we're going to add a positive 17 to a negative 14. 17 minus 14 is 3. So we're looking for 10 to the third power. And, here we go, right here at B. All right. Well, that's how you do all these. Hope that helped you prepare for the test. And good luck.